going to have a team fight very soon to break out. Not a good way for FY to start rejoining his previous home of Vici Gaming, and well, he'll be the first casualty of game one.
Do you think Vici are going to take this, or do you think Cloud are?
I really like Cloud's draft.
I really like Cloud's draft as well. I think it's like a 70-30, to be honest.
Oh, really?
But
okay.
Then it comes down to the gameplay, right? So, which one do I value more? You're a bit of a butterfly effect fan. I think you might be leaning towards Cloud. Am I right?
I'm really hesitant. Okay. I'll start with saying that I think if Team Cloud lose the first couple of fights pre 20 minutes, then I'm very concerned that Vici can just take control of this game. I think if Cloud can contest some of the early pushes with the EXO, I do think they have the damage with this Tusk off lane. Hopefully he goes like Shards and Snowball max out and TPs to defend towers. I think if they do that and are able to withstand some of these early pushes, then I think they can definitely do it. That's really my one question. Like, if they can take those fights, then I believe in them, but if they can't, then I think Vici will.
I need an answer, one way or the other, Vici or Cloud.
I'll go Cloud. because the panel went both Vici. I'm down to do it. Let's do it.
I'm on the Cloud train.
Let's do it. All right, we'll hop on the train together. We'll see what happens. I do want to also mention that Flute just mentioned it at the end of the panel, but they're putting the Ember Spirit safe lane and the Shadow Fiend mid. We were thinking before the players chose their heroes that it was going to be the other way around. What do you think is the reasoning for the Ember going safe lane?
I mean, just as soon as they saw the Death Prophet was going mid, right? They're just saying, well, we know that this is a lane that Ember Spirit absolutely hates to go into, so just give Butterfly Effect. Again, a comfort hero. They are playing very heavily around him, which is what everyone in the pregame wanted. So they were like, look, you can play both of these really well. They are flexible to multiple lanes, so let's make it happen.
I think the nice thing in regards to the Death Prophet being played as a 2 and having this Magnus last pick is the fact that we've seen DP offlane go for this very utility heavy build with like the Greaves, the Pipe. We saw that, I think, multiple times in the previous series. I think he doesn't have to this game because you have the Magnus now to go down that kind of teamfight utility items.
Mm-hmm. And even just in the lane against the Ember Spirit, right? He's got the Shockwave leveled up now, but really wouldn't surprise me to see him try and just contest with right clicks and the Empower. We've seen back when Magnus was being played a lot more mid, they maxed it out against, and absolutely dumpstered them. Of course, Ember Spirit has a little bit more to play with, but still fulfills a similar sort of thing.
You were also saying at the end of the draft that you actually don't mind the offlane Tusk in a game like this. What do you feel like he's going to be able to provide the Cloud lineup?
I think you need to get on top of the Drow, one, and they banned a lot of the other heroes that were capable of doing that, so it was kind of like, well, the best of what's left. And you've also got a Shadow Fiend that at level 15 is going to have, Presence of the Dark Lord maxed out, and he's probably going to be in a position so that when the Tusk does roll in onto either the Drow or even the Death Prophet, you're going to get a good amount of burst through. And I think to make that happen, you need some farm. So Blink, BKB, Desolator for the Tusk would go a long way.
Skewer under the tower with the Shockwave to hold him inside as well. It's a lot of damage onto Ice Limit, but Starford is a great position to utilize that Leech Seed defensively, and the Ember will be okay.
I don't know how Setsu got the courier from the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. I think maybe it was just some missed micro from Butterfly Effect. Still though, all lanes going fairly evenly, except for Tusk falling perhaps a little bit behind, but he's got a decent creep wave to be able to farm with. Surprised they're not putting a little bit more pressure on Yang.
Again, bottom lane. Once Ember under the tower, thanks to the skewer from Ewan. I mean, if it wasn't for Starf, it would be the Ember going down.
FY has to be a little bit careful here. You've got the Searing Chains, of course, leveled up on Ice Limit, so has to be a little bit careful of his positioning, but I mean, it's FY Rubik. This is a man that knows how to play a hero to its limits. He's going to use that boost of speed because he knows, again, you're not really in a right-click trading situation against another ranged position 4. You can just look to skirt the outskirts of these lanes and make sure to get a lot of free hits in rather than having to expand your own regen for it.
Yeah, what do you feel like his role is over the next couple of minutes as well? Is he looking to secure the runes and even make some stacks, or do you still want to kind of play with the mag?
Yeah, he absolutely still needs to be able to rotate towards the mid lane, right? We talked about how it was important both for Butterfly Effect to be able to get some rotations for himself, but also for Vici to look to pay attention to him. Can they get the lift, though? Oh,
They should be able to blow him up. Oh, they get the lift last second. Setsu as well will find the burst thanks to the Crypt Spawn, but Cloud are looking to hit back. Setsu taking up multiple tower hits will enable Cloud to get the revenge. Yeah, Mercy giving the stick charges, but the Scatter Blast is still on cooldown. Setsu's got a Fairy Fire to work with, trying to duck out to the right side. It just comes down to if he can get in range of the Scatter Blast, and he can indeed.
Gotta be worried about CSJ, though. They know that the Snapfire made that rotation through, so they're looking to try and get a little bit of pressure in onto him, but for right now, they're just like, you know what? We're fine not getting this kill. Him being up here on basically no HP with no regen left means that our Drow Ranger is going to be able to farm unopposed, so that's exactly what they're trying to do. Nice use of the Ice Shards, though, to be able to get every last hit that he can. You just see here, like, Erica slightly ahead on the experience front, despite being with 2 people in the lane versus just the one, as Mercy makes his own rotation back. Level 4 as well, so have to be a little bit careful with your positioning, and this is a game where they're definitely going to be...
Butterfly Effect might be in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
He's walked across the river, so this might open up for FY, thinking twice about revealing his positioning, and now will show himself. Telekinesis drag back. Butterfly Effect is hoping that some of the supports can look to TP in, but he's going to have to rely on the raindrops and the one charges to keep him alive.
Ends up completing the TP as well on Mercy, so wonder if they actually saw that. The Observer Ward just gives vision now. Ends up missing, but, well, at least it dissuades Setsu from going for the consistent chase.
It's huge,
Nicely done by FY. Denying his own Observer Ward.
No gold for you. Mercy might be in trouble. Alright, it's going to be power and spawn down bottom, but Setsu will be able to close the distance. We'll be playing around with the cookie, but just the cogs. Just enticing him. He's like, just get a little bit closer. Get closer to the cliff, and then he'll cogs. So the hope was there for him to be able to escape, but not the case. They've still kept this catapult as well mid lane. There's a lot of damage being dealt.
Yeah, it's going to continue as well. We've got all of this creep wave coming through. And Shadow Fiend actually went back and farmed a neutral camp rather than just immediately running back to base, getting the bottle refill, coming back to lane. And look at Yang. He wants to get this wraparound going onto the SF if he can. Might be dissuaded away from it, though, with this siege creep going down. But still, 3/4 damage being dealt into the Tier 1 tower. Sarif, with the 2 points in the living armor, is going to try and heal it up as much as possible before Setsu's able to get the full effectiveness out of that exorcism. Probably up to go into it at level 7. Obviously just going for a bit more of the brawling style for now. All 3 lanes.
CSJ might be in some trouble. Nice wraparound from Yang. The only place he can snowball is closer into Dire's territory.
Ooh.
They might look to get aggressive on Erica instead, but with the cookie off the mark, they're going to be lacking the damage. Will they win out of the man fight? He just gets the kill before he goes down, so honestly, I wasn't seeing that opportunity for them to even find the trade. I thought it was going to be an easy kill onto the Tusk, so Cloud have to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, CSJ probably could have gotten that kill as well if he just swung his... What does Tusk have? Little hook anywhere one more time, but well, still ends up going over to the Snapfire. Mercy's having a really good game so far. He's making sure to pick up the Flag Bearer creep CS as much as possible as well, just for that double injection of gold, getting a bunch of extra last hits, so he's going to be in a really decent spot. Wonder if he's going to go into that Arcane Boots just so that you can continue this spell spam up on the top side of the map. 4 staff instead realizes how important it is against not only the Death Prophet, Clockwork as well.
Speaking of the Clockwork, will be the one that's the initial target here for Cloud. Butterfly Effect's actually going to reveal his positioning, so the Shadow Fiend making a kind of interesting rotation to the top lane.
He's been rewarded for it pretty well, though. Gets the kill, gets the courier last hit, using the Arcane Rune to start farming up the Dire jungle. And he's always just making sure to remain in a position to potentially punish. I think with the Drow Ranger reveals that she's not coming back to this lane, they might even start wailing in onto this tower. Of course, with a Treant Protector. Oh.
Telekinesis sets up for the skewer, but Yua's not going to look for the RP.
Yeah, with the Treant Protector, you've got the luxury of just tossing him into mid. Sure, there's not quite as many trees to play around, but you know that that tower's not even with an Exorcism.
Pretty important that Vici aren't trading towers right now. Like, yes, his bottom lane is looking horrendous for the Ember. They also kind of know where he is with that right click, continuing to chase him, but top tower goes down, and our bottom will be under siege with the X. So just the question is, Cloud, can they defend it, or do they even want to defend it?
I mean, they've got the glyph available. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't popped it immediately, especially to protect a little bit of that creep wave. It looking like they want to just close in on the Drow if they can.
Doesn't look like they're able to, though. Erica holding it back. They don't get the cookie on the low ground as well. Unfortunate mistake cost them a big kill onto their off-lane Tusk, and
still no
this
glyph.
will mean that they get nothing out of this. So the bottom tower goes for free. Setsu, a combination of new and then if this Magnus is top of their net worth, they're going to have some really big issues with the first item blink on new.
Yeah, I mean, you've put the Treant Protector into the role of trying to protect the mid tower again against a Magnus plus a Rubik. It's not really easy for this dual melee lane, right? I was talking about the strength that the Empower is going to give. He's still only got 2 points into it, but it just lets you bully the Ember Spirit away from the lane so easily.
See what they can do though from Radiant. This game, not getting too crazy out of control, but a 3,000 net worth lead at 10-minute mark is no joke at all. They can get a kill off the back of this smoke, potentially some damage into the tier 1 tower. Erica would be the grand prize, but he's so close to the tier 2. It's not an easy attempt at all, but they're going to go for it. Mortimer Kisses lay it down for the magic burst. It should be enough to get the kill into Erica, but will it cost them multiple members? The Walrus Punch getting stolen. Utilized onto CSJ, but they're going to turn their attention onto Starf instead as Zhang. Straight towards a Treant Protector, but it should cost him his own life.
Oh,
as
nice Requiem
comes out at the last second, forcing away multiple members, so New can't land the Requiem. As now Setsu sees an opening to get into the middle. Well, they stole Requiem.
FY. All right. I'm okay with this Rubik buying a Blink tech. I think FY is able to make those plays happen. There was a bunch of really good small plays coming through there from Cloud. Mercy made sure not to go too far forward because he was still out inside the cover of the Smoke of Deceit while he was using that Mortimer's Kisses. So FY couldn't actually steal them away. Would have been the highest priority target. And then
do it, FY. Do it, FY. Wait, what? That Requiem looks so weird. I didn't know if it was at the end of the use or not. I thought he cancelled it, but in the end, nice ultimate usage. 300 gold for the Rubik and an easy kill.
It's much quicker for a Rubik to use it, right? Kind of like the Light Strike Array, the Split Earth, the Fisher. Just comes out so much quicker.
Blink's coming onto the Koro for New. This is going to catch them off guard with the potential to Blink RP, and they might not even need it as Yang finds the angle to land the hook onto Butterfly Effect, and easy pickings for the boys on Vici to find him. Now they've repaired the damage as well. Setsu with the mechanism will enable them to stick around to get some much needed damage in the tower, as there's the Blink reveal. The perfect one you would be hoping for as New drags back to. They will TP in though on Cloud. They're going to try and defend the tower with CSJ, but FY stolen Snowball protects himself for long enough, and now they've got more than enough members to continue the chase. There's nothing that Ice Limmer can do on the Ember Spirit to prevent Vici Gaming from getting this objective in the end.
Man, the instant use of that snowball by FY, I want to see the replay of that one, because the man gets away from team fights that he should just have absolutely no right
another
to.
one. Skewer back into the silence. Let's see if they're going to have enough damage over the Flame Guard, protecting him for the moment.
FY.
He's got no remnants there. FY up to a killing spree. Oh, you see why we're so excited to see it. I didn't even have to show my excitement of the FY Rubik as we get to take a look back at that previous fight.
Great hook by Yang, has to be said. Just finding that initial pick off. Again, he is such a big portion of their damage that's coming through. TPs that come in, they look to try and find the easiest pick off that they can, because, I mean, Drow's just not showing up to so many of these team fights, right? It's going to be the Magnus, the DP. They're not the ones that you want to go on. So they find FY, steals the snowball, immediately gets into it. Not the target of the harassment, gets the Fade Bolt off, backs off in time. Everything that you could want out of a support, not giving his life up for free, maximum impact.
And a Blink Dagger at 13 minutes in for FY. Has
Actually,
even more.
holy.
Yep, he's got the blink. 3, 1, and 4. 2 towers to their name. 6,000 net worth lead. Yeah, he's made amends. You know, we might see that blink reveal now. Oh, hey, what about kisses? F1's
The
like,
Crypt Swap
thank you, sir.
Crypt Swap killed the cookied creep, so he didn't get the stun off to be able to begin with, and then, yeah, like you mentioned, the dagger mortar kisses, anyone's for free.
And that might even use it now onto the task, or maybe they feel like they've got plenty of damage. FY drops the kisses. CSJ, he'll use the snowball to try and mitigate a decent use of the ultimate, but regardless, the damage has been dealt, and now they're already looking for more, as Yang once again, pinpoint accuracy with the hook shot will catch up to Mercy's Snapfire, as there's going to be no escape for multiple members of Cloud. News even already looking for more. Vici Gaming always trying to find that +1.
For sure, for sure. I mean, FY's nearly overtaken 2 cores with how well he's been playing this Rubik, man. He is an absolute beast, unstoppable so far. And I'm just trying to think of an avenue for them to come back into this. I really feel like letting that bottom tower go for free was the beginning of, not the end for Cloud, but a really rough spot for them to be in. Because now there's a big portion of the map where it just feels like they can't play in. And Vici Gaming are free to make these smoke attempts, sweep across the map. They're trying to find anyone that might be farming in the one place that they haven't been for the next little bit, which has been the dire side of the map.
I don't know if they have the damage just with these 2 Flame Guards activated.
And he's got the Remnant up as well.
You do have that instant telekinesis stun. FY is going to look to start with the cookie just a little bit too late, so Exo committed. They have run into Starif though. An easy kill onto the tree and protector. The rest of Radiant actually feel like they can take the team fight. They're starting to move on over, but they clump up again. Another RP onto 2. How does he keep finding the angles to get multiple Cloud members inside the big ultimate? And now Setsu cookie forward, closing the distance onto CSJ. This will be more of a difficult kill for them to find, but not until New can stop the escape. A triple kill for Setsu.
Oh man, what do you do now? Like, where can you look to push lanes out? Where can you look to farm? I mean, it just feels so scary to be anywhere on the map right now. Drow's been completely unopposed as well. 1, 2, and 3 right now on Erica. I mean, maybe during that, if it involves giving up a few heroes, Butterfly Effect needs to push out the mid lane to force them to come back and defend, but it just feels like Magnus and Rubik are everywhere right now, getting pick-off after pick-off.
I feel like I've seen this too often though. Like all your hope is onto the Shadow Fiend now, and he seems like a carry when he's playing behind. Even though if he's got net worth and the enemy team has the same amount, he doesn't do enough. Like, it still feels like even if you're not going like a magic build SF, if you're going the physical damage, like you need to play from ahead.
I don't know. Cute little plays here. New with the illusion rune. He was putting the illusions inside of camps, basically saying, you know what, we're not going to even let you farm the jungle. That's how strangled into like 1 or 2 camps per minute is going to be for you.
Really, for Vici, they can have their eyes on Roche with this next Exo. They've got plenty of sustain to be able to walk into the pit, and damage as well with the Death Prophet soon to show up as well. Just what can Cloud look to do to kind of stem the bleeding?
I mean, Yang is... just the way that he's moving around, it makes you think that he's got teammates right behind him, but he's confident enough. He's got a freaking Vanguard on this position 5 clockwork, man. He is very, very difficult to kill.
So is the Ember. The chain control has to be perfect. Telekinesis away from the hook, and that will cost them the kill in the end. So 4 heroes showing themselves. This will give Radiant an opportunity to shove out mid. Hopefully getting the power in his... I like the call. They probably will need Drought because the Exo by the time they get there is going to be about half duration.
She's got the TP available though. Can come at any time. Really just wants to be shoving this lane out. Look at this. Yang anticipating that, well, this might be a kill that gets put onto the Drow Ranger, so let's make sure we're in a position to turn it around. No one's been showing off the map for quite some time. And Butterfly Effect, at least that time, while the tower was being taken, pushed in the mid lane. Didn't end up taking the tier 1 tower, but at least it was lane creeps that he was able to get rather than just sticking in the jungle the whole time, and forced someone to come back. Meant that they weren't able to just make plays around this Magnus. Oh, new. The man's too good.
Dude, Bottom lane, Yang. Let's see if they're going to be able to bring down the clockwork, but a multi-man silence along with the sustain. Yang actually goes in, the madman. Wants the hook into the middle. Yes, they'll get the kill, but what's it cost Cloud in the end is new. No hesitation with jumping over the tree line. He's got multiple boys starting to funnel into the area. And Mercy will attempt the cute jump over the tree line, but won't be able to find a home to TP out as New gets the triple kill.
This doesn't look like a Div 2 team, Aries. This looks like a team that is hungry to get back into Div 1. And this is a statement coming through from Vici. I honestly can't call out any mistakes at all that have come out from them at this stage. Every single death that they've given away has been for the greater good. You know, we give up one, we get 3 in return. You as well. Might have just revealed his position, popping the arcane boots, but seems like that's the case. With the Nature's Grasp being used into the trees, they're disabling any Blink Dagger for any skewer back. He's even got the Horn Toss to be able to play around with too.
I think
that's a BKB for the DP as well, so
ooh.
Can't even hold in place. Like, you could pop it super early. You've got the Guardian Greaves, so that's what Overgrowth is going to be saved for.
You're looking for maybe one more fight off the back of this Shadowfin BKB that was just picked up. We'll see if they can find the opening for that fight, though. Vici Gaming, they're going to go for their own.
But can you do that against a Magnus?
I don't think you can. We'll see. Mercy, they're going to reveal that at least mid's pushed out. So Vici actually going to go all the way around. Setsu with the invis. Oh, look at all the information he's getting. See, Starif off by his lonesome self. So yeah, he's like, all right, we can't get anyone out, so I may as well just hook shot in. But a force stuff will actually keep him alive. Does he go for the rocket flare? It's still on cooldown for the moment. Is he sniping anyway? Any prediction? Do it. Go for it. Oh, he's scanned. Oh, he's a madman.
Tip him.
Top lane as well.
Yeah, there we go.
They've caught another new in combination with Erica running into CSJ. The Tusk, it just wanted a little bit of farm. It just wanted to shove out a lane, but Vici Gaming will make sure there's nowhere safe across the map.
Doesn't feel good whenever you see a Tusk going into a mech, right? There are many heroes from the offlane that are able to pick it up. Oh. I would not say Tusk is one.
Oh, he went mech.
It's just let me survive for another couple of seconds to get one more wave pushed in, you know?
There's the Aegis. And here comes the eventual push now. Just looking to get their lanes in.
Yeah, we got another kill there on FY. Onto the Ember Spirit. He was just able to get away. Drow Ranger was in position.
Look at his cast range.
What? Yep.
What?
Rubik.
What? Dude, he doesn't need the Eye of Vici. Come on. Just give him something else.
Maxed out Arcade Supremacy.
What? How do you hide from him?
You don't.
And you see, he's like, all right. Yeah, he's like, yeah, what? I'll stack for the boys. Maybe that's his farm. What are we saying? Come on. That's his farm.
There we go.
You can definitely siege high ground if you want to with this, but they might just play it a little bit more safe. They still have multiple tier 2 towers to claim, and still for Radiance, just one more fight. Maybe that fight with the BKB on the Ember. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that they're about to complete. Maybe blink on tree, but I don't think that's going to be enough to turn a team fight.
It'll be nice-ish, you know. I think they were just waiting for level 18 plus the Blink Dagger on DP. Say 18? 15. Oh, went for the blind Horn Toss. I mean, New's been on point with it so far this game. Not able to land at that time, though, as, well, CSJ, they've got some good vision set up. He's not scared.
No, he's not. He's just standing there, just tormenting them.
Oh, you can't... Oh, okay.
Well, they're even going to lay down the Mortimer Kisses. He gets stolen, but Erica feels pretty free to just right-click CSJ. They actually force him into the middle. And now you don't have Kisses for this fight. They're definitely going to go high ground knowing it's on cooldown. Setsu has an Arcane in the bottle as well, so he's more than happy to pop this with the Exo that's about to come off cooldown.
I mean, I think all they're waiting for right now is just the Blink Dagger to be delivered on the Courier, level 15, so he's got that extra heal coming through from the Spirit Siphon, Greaves, BKB. Yeah. Good luck trying to contend against this. Might honestly be worth selling the smoke on the tree just to get your Blink Dagger available. He's holding the Philosopher's Stone. Feeling like that'll do the work for him.
We'll have this Blink down to play with. But the buildings are falling fast, and even if he gets the start, it's going to be New that actually goes first. RP only onto one, but it's a Snapfire that's killed off. A great use of the Hurricane Pike sends Butterfly Effect further away, so the Requiem will have zero effectiveness for this defense. Again, it's just ultimates that aren't being used in combination together, so when they're all up, there's just no damage. There's New
guard as well.
protected. What do you need? A BKB, but to no avail, and that's going to be all she wrote. Not using everything together, and G's it dropped, and Vici Gaming, what else would you expect from them to be able to take it as convincingly as what it was?
Celebratory Requiem coming out from FY at the end there, and the Tusk off lane, position 3, finishing second bottom in net worth. I knew there's a reason that